welcome to Last Food and Barbecue. So I checked out all the alternatives to get a Kamado in Sweden, and either they're not very good quality, to put it bluntly, or very expensive. So I figured, what am I gonna do? I really do want to have a Kamado style grill, or at least I want to try it out. So what I did is I got this. I got myself a little flower pot. Another flower pot, which is going to be used as a lid. I'm going to see how it turns out. I had to get some fireproof or heat-proof gasket. It's for some kind of stove, I think. A couple of handles for the lid, some screws and bolts, and some fire bricks to get some more thermal mass into this one. And then I ordered a couple of things online for this. I ordered a bottom vent, which is actually for a Kamado grill. I think it's for a big green egg. I found it in Germany. And then I ordered a couple of top vents, but I'm probably just gonna be using one, which is from a boat. It's the stainless steel one. Anyway, tag along if you want to see me do this. I'm gonna do it pretty quickly, I think. It depends on how I edit it. Well, here we go. There we go. So I've cut the pieces. They fit more or less, and they're just gonna add thermal mass. So, and hopefully it might keep this pot a little bit longer, because these I can easily replace if I need to. And then I cut one piece a little bit shorter because I need to have an air vent. So this I'm actually gonna screw onto the pot. I'm gonna drill 4 holes and put some screws in there, and then our bolts in there, and then on to the next step. Okay, thus far. So I've got an air intake here. This is going to be covered by a vent once it arrives, so I think that's going to be fine. I also added 4 screws here for the grate. Weber 18-inch grate. This fits perfectly in there. It's just inside the groove, so that's why I had to add the screws. Anyway, that's going to work fine, I think. Fire bricks in place. I'm just going to clean this out and then start on the lid. First off, I'm going to put the gasket on there. I'm going to be using a file to just rough up the surface so that the glue from the adhesive tape is going to stick to there. A little bit of a problem starting it, but oh well. So we're just going to follow this around. Okay, time has come to put some handles on this. Well, that doesn't really work because they're meant to be put on a flat surface. So I guess I'm just have to. Don't want to put it too tight, just make it bendable. Same on this side. So, a little bit more. I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to do the same with the other handle. There we go. Okay, so this is just to be able to lift the lid off there once I'm cooking. I'm going to put the handles a little bit down on the side, and then on top of here I'm going to put a vent as well. I'm going to cut this up, but I need the vent to be able to make the hole exactly the size so that the vent covers it. Anyway, time to drill some holes. Price tag, $30. Oh well, Now we're just gonna add a thermometer. I'm gonna use one that I had that I know works. I'm gonna put it down here because I want it to end up at close to grate level, somewhere around there. I think that should be good. I did find a glass fiber gasket, which I used for my WSM, and I'm gonna put that on the lid. So let's see what it's gonna look like when we put it on top of there. There we go. Of course it would be convenient to have a hinge, but I don't have one. Anyway, I'm gonna take this out, wash it off, figure out something to use as a charcoal basket, and that's it. And we're gonna try it out. Okay, there we go. So I put it all together. I haven't gotten the vents, but I'll live without them today because I just need to try this. I didn't have any lumps, so I'm gonna use some briquettes. So I started that off on the little kettle, and I'm gonna show you what I had to do, or what I did. So I had this intake vent here, and I actually took a, I think it was a coconut milk can, and got the grate in place. And I have the can there because I don't have anything to dampen the intake, and I don't want the charcoal to kind of just blow out there if it does. I put some fire bricks outside, and I'll figure it out if something happens. I don't think this is going to be like a furnace or anything. Anyway, just going to bring the coals up to temp. This is a Smoky Joe grill grate. I'm going to use that as a charcoal grate. So I've got like a 3-inch gap between the bottom and the grate to give it some air, and that should probably be more than enough because as I understand it, this is going to get up to temp pretty well. Anyway, I'm gonna dump the charcoal in there in a little bit, and then I'll show you 20 minutes later what temp I get. Then I just realized I've got this. It's a vegetable wok that I use for the concrete offset, and that might fit in here. So I remove the charcoal grate, and lo and behold, it does fit. So I'm going to be using that as a basket. I'm actually going to get a new one for later on this summer, but any which way, something to try. Okay, let's try this out then. One chimney. It's hot anyway, thus far. Then we got a grate thermometer. I'm gonna use the Therm-Pro. That's actually the most accurate one that I have. I'm going to be using that. And we're going to put the lid on it here. And there we go. So time will tell. Meet you in a bit. Okay, we took a walk. It's been about 40 minutes. This is what we have. Just over 400 degrees on that thermometer, and let's see what we have. 230, which is about 450 or grate level. Oh well. 445. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare the steaks, and I'm gonna try it out. Okay, let's get this on here. Handle's not hot. You want to see inside? Here we go. All white. Got a little piece of apple wood in there. Got some ribeyes. Try this out. And then a little bit of cabbage. Grill them on the side. Gonna get the lid on there and let them cook for a little while. Flip them over, let cook for a little while, and then it's time to taste them. Okay, let's see what we have. Nice there. Well, okay, there we go. First meal from the homemade Kamado grill. So let's see how steak tastes cooked on clay. Tastes really good. Well, ribeye usually tastes good, especially when it's smoked and grilled and whatever. So I'm gonna enjoy this meal. Thank you for watching and cheers from Sweden. Okay, just for reference, it's been about 6 hours and it's 282 Fahrenheit in there. Well, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, more or less burned out, but yeah, I'm happy with this.